Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Oldschoolmatt here. We are back with another Motivation Monday video. And today, I'm switching up the scenery a little bit. We're gonna be doing a video on suffering and why you won't suffer forever. But before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know that last week we didn't have much content going on at Water Buffalo, and we apologize. Back to normal this week with some podcasts, some different workout content, and of course, your weekly Motivation Monday video. Let's get into it.
Water Buffalo TM motherfucker.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Oldschoolmatt here, and I have brought the Motivation Monday videos to another level. Today we're going to be doing a Motivation Monday video on the Stairmaster, so you guys are going to get me in my prime on a Monday. Totally motivated here, totally dedicated to get this video out to you guys. So without further ado, this video is going to be about suffering, and we're going to be talking about why suffering won't last forever. And what better way to talk about suffering than to be on a Stairmaster? I'll tell you this, with my recent caffeine fast, I realized that suffering does not last forever. And what does this mean? So when you suffer, a lot of times you think suffering is gonna be a forever thing. Let's say a breakup, let's say a job loss, let's say a bad grade. What you don't realize is that suffering is part of the process. It's like when you're in the gym. If you don't have any painful reps, you're not gonna make any gains. There has to be suffering in life for you to make the all-time gain. Now, some people get worse suffering than others. Now, this all just depends on how you view life and how you view your perspective on good versus bad. Now, when we talk about suffering and why it won't last forever, we gotta realize that there are a couple aspects to the term suffering. Now,
you're a negative fucking person.
There's true suffering, which is suffering at its finest, where you don't want to live, where your life has no meaning, when you feel like each day after tomorrow is going to be tough to get up. Now, this is the worst. Obviously, I've experienced some times in my life where I felt that I was close to this, but I know a lot more people have it way worse than me. And the only way I could say to get out of this type of suffering is you got to find a higher purpose. You got to think about things outside of yourself. You got to think about your family. You got to think about God. Even if you don't believe, you got to think about something. Even if it's going to see a doctor or a therapist, you have to have an outside, exterior motive to help you be better. Now, this type of suffering, like I said, is not the most common. It usually happens after something very tragic or something that, kind of shocks your life, that causes you to have that post-traumatic stress from a certain event.
You're a negative fucking person.
Next, there's usual suffering. So this happens frequently with people, and this is probably the most harmful form of suffering. This happens when you're stuck at a job for a couple years, or stuck in a career, stuck with a person, and you feel like there's no way to get out of it. Now, this type of suffering, like I said, is probably the most harmful, because this is one that you're realizing the issues, but you are able to get out of it. And that's the good part. You are able to get out of this type of suffering. You can make the decision to get a better job. You can make the decision to go to a better school. You can make the decision to be better with your friends.
You're a negative fucking person.
Number 3, easy suffering, as I like to say. This is the daily suffering that we all deal with. This is the type of stuff that people get caught up with that really don't matter. Let's just say your appearance, your height, your weight, your ethnicity, your background. The type of suffering that we also inflict on ourselves. Exterior motivated suffering. This is all personally inflicted suffering. So no factors from the outside world are intervening with this type of suffering. We accumulate the suffering on our own. And now this is obviously also very simple to fix. It's a longer process, but unlike the usual suffering or the extreme suffering, this is something that we create for ourselves that comes from within, having to do with social factors outside of who we are and who we believe we should be, that all are created and manifested in our head. Now that I've listed these 3 types of suffering, I want to tell you guys that suffering is temporary. We don't suffer forever. The only people that suffer forever are the people that choose to suffer forever. Because there's 3 types of suffering in my books. And the 3 I listed, 2 of them you can pull yourself out of. The extreme suffering, that's something you get friends, you get God, you get family members, girlfriend, boyfriend, help you out to motivate you to push past. This one doesn't last very long. This one, you can get out of it eventually. Time heals. And that's kind of like the whole message with all of these types of suffering, is that time heals. You never understand why a breakup 4 years down the road, you don't feel anything about it. Why when people used to call you fat in middle school, or people used to call you ugly, you don't feel anything about it anymore. Because the key to all suffering is patience and time. You're not gonna be broke forever. You're not gonna not have that girl forever. You're not gonna be out of shape forever. Eventually it'll end. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm letting you know that all types of suffering has an endpoint. And when you attack each type of suffering in your life with a strategic plan and you have patience, it will end. Things will end. As small as you having an insecurity about your weight or about your height or about the way your nose looks, or it might be something with a girlfriend or a boyfriend that left you, or it might be the fact that you're in extreme debt and you don't know how to pay things off. There's always a solution. There's always help you can go get. Suffering is not infinite, it's finite. There's going to be a time where all things were relaxed and all things stay calm. At that time, it's time to build. It's time to grow. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that Motivational Monday video. Stay tuned, like I said, for content this week. We're coming back hard and strong. We got some new products being released here real soon, and we're super excited to see each and every one of you guys supporting Water Buffalo. We see the movement growing. Thank you guys for always taking us seriously and taking care of us. We love you. God bless. Motivation Monday video in the books. It is Old School Matt here. Peace. Hey guys, thank you guys for checking out this video. Make sure to go check out all of our other podcasts, Buffalo Barbecues, our Buffalo workouts, and also a slew of other things, including challenges and whatnot. So make sure to check out all of these different things. Thank you guys for watching. I am Old School Matt here, and this is Water Buffalo TM. Peace.